Hello friends. Hey guys, how are you? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. My name is Susan. This is Revive DIY and Upcycle Designs. I am so happy you're here with me in the craft room. Come on in and join me. We're going to do a project. We're going to do a Saturday CLUB COUTURE project share. And I'm actually going to play around also with our Creative Kickstart to make it an interesting project and something that you guys can check out and see how you can mix different transfers and create a new project idea with. So come on in and join me in the craft room. I'm glad you're here with me. I am staying in today. It's a Saturday stay-in day, which most Saturdays are for me anyway, but Saturday staying in day. So come on in and join me. When you hop on, if you'll hit that heart button, I would just appreciate it. And also don't forget to sprinkle. That just means to share. Tag a friend, share it out into a group. Whoever you think might be interested in learning about some fun, creative ideas and techniques, I'm your gal. So come on in. I am an independent designer with CLUB COUTURE, and I like to come on and share different DIY project ideas with you, upcycling, which we're going to upcycle today, and maybe show some new techniques, share our products. But I love to come on here and be creative with y'all. But it's much more fun to craft with friends. If you're a crafter, you know that. So come on in and join me. Feel free to comment. Feel free to hit that heart button. Even if you're not catching me live. You know I'm live if I have a circle around my profile picture. If not, you're catching me on the replay, and I'm just happy that you're here. So even if it's a replay, go ahead and do hashtag replay or answer my questions or whatever floats your boat. So just come on in and let's have some fun. So on this Saturday, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Everybody else is glad it's the weekend? For sure, for sure. Okay, so let me just do a little bit of housekeeping real quick. I just have to make sure I'm on live. It is showing me live. I've got my iPad over here so that I can see any comments that come up. And let me just pin a few things. I have attached a couple links. There's one in the description of this video, and I have featured it, so you can click on it if you're interested in learning more about what CLUB COUTURE is. And I'm going to explain it to you, but if you're like me, excuse me, sorry guys, if you're like me, then you might need to see it for yourself for it to sink in. So I am the exact same way. So feel free to click on any of the links either in the comment or attached to this as a featured link. And real quick, I'm just pinning a few links in the comments for you guys. And then we'll be ready to get started. So I hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday. We are, I have some sickness in the home, so I still have some guys sick. So, yeah, that's never fun. And I'm just hoping and praying to avoid it because you know how it is with moms. When moms are sick, it doesn't matter. You don't get a day off. You don't get a break. So, we are going to just take a little bit of time and talk about the January club. So what is CLUB COUTURE? CLUB COUTURE is a monthly subscription club where you get an exclusive transfer and 3 paste packets every month. And then your first month when you join, you also get a mini squeegee for $21.99 a month. So we have a new transfer every single month. This is what it looks like when you get it. It comes in a little envelope that looks like this. Let's get talking. It's creative. It's a way to build your transfer library. It's a way for you to get access to transfers that are not sold on my website. The only way you can get it is if you're a designer or if you are a club member. And this is our January offering. And as you can see, I have used this a couple times. I'm going to review those projects with you. But these are reusable silkscreen transfers, you guys. They are washable with cold water. And we usually recommend a board eraser, but you can use other things. And that's why you can see that there's a little bit of staining on here. We use it with chalk paste, you can use it with ink, and you can use it with etching cream. So this is what we're going to highlight today. But as you can see, I've already used it a couple times. I still got many more uses. The company guarantees anywhere from 8 to 12 uses depending on how well you take care of your transfer. I know lots of designers who get a lot more than that, or creators that get a lot more than that. You can use these to make projects just for updating your home, to give as gifts, or to sell if you like to do that. So it's definitely worth checking out. It's just really on trend. They always come out with great ideas. We don't always have theme. They're not always like holiday themed. This one is what we call an evergreen, which means it's going to work year round. So, you know, you can use all or part of this. You don't have to use all these words. You don't have to use this. And actually today we're not going to use all of it. So anyway, I actually shared a reel yesterday, or a live. No, I did a live. It wasn't a reel. I did a live yesterday. I have done some reels recently showing my home, and what we're going to do today is kind of do a welcome to our home kind of sign. So hang in here and let's get this done. Like I said, it comes like this. This is the transfers change every single month. So this is only available for January 1st through the 31st. I had to think how many days were in the month. Every month it changes. So I've already seen the February one. It is fantastic as well. It's also what we call a evergreen. You will be, if you sign up for this one now in January, you'll automatically get that one sent to you in February. And they start processing around the 5th of the month. And it all depends on how long it takes for your postal system. But it comes through the U.S. Post Office. It comes right into your mailbox. So you get a transfer in a envelope. Why do I say container? Like this. And 3 coordinating paste packets. And it depends on the transfer. This month they chose, and I say they, that is our design team at CLUB COUTURE. Let's see if I can show you. Ocean Mist. Isn't that a pretty color? I love it, you guys. It's that light blue color. Shimmer Copper, and Black Velvet. So these are what we call single paste packets. They will get more than one project out of them for these size packets, because a little bit of chalk goes a long way. And our chalk paste is basically just wet chalk. It starts off wet and it dries hard to the touch. And depending on what surface you put on, it's either permanent or it's able to be cleaned off, and you know, your surface be able to be reused. So that's the 3 colors that come. If you use part of it and not all of it, if you're in my VIP group, I have tips and tricks in there on how to preserve your chalk paste packets. So if you're not in my VIP group, please join. I do have an inventory reduction sale going on in there right now as well. So you might be able to grab a transfer that you've not seen before or that is no longer available. Check out my sale that I have going on in there. Okay, so that is what it looks like, and this is January. So what I was going to tell you was you can mix and match your transfers. You can mix and match elements of it or the whole transfer and create your own project, depending on whether you're a beginner or you're an advanced type crafter, whatever you want to do, because these can be just a jumping off point for you, or they can be an entire project, depending on what you like to do. I consider myself an intermediate crafter, so I'm not necessarily... We have some designers that are basically artists. I mean, they really do lots of creative things. And maybe one day when I have more time, who knows? Who knows? But I like to show you how you can mix and match transfers. Sometimes, sorry, I got something floating in front of me. Sometimes maybe it's a couple different month club transfers, like maybe last month's club transfer mixed in with this month. Or in this case today, what I'm going to do is I am also going to mix this transfer with our Creative Kickstart transfers that come in our Creative Kickstart bundle. So we have a promotion going on for January. It's called Creative Kickstart, and the only way that you can get, it's a bundle. You get this surface, which that's what it normally looks like. It's our white oval simple shape, and you get the surface and you get 2 transfers. So here's the 2 transfers. You get numbers. Look at those. Those are great size numbers. This is a wonderful item to have in your inventory for different projects. We are actually not going to use this one today, but I have used it. But I will save this and use it on many, many other projects. And then the other transfer that comes with it is this one that says, welcome to our home. And then, of course, there's some flowers and things like that. So we're actually going to combine this with this to make a new project today. So I love to do that with you guys. But that Creative Kickstart bundle, the only way you can get it, unless you're a designer, if you're a designer and you want to get it for cheaper than you can get it by ordering on my site, then let me know, and I'll be there's a link in my comments to find out all the information about how to join and become a designer. But if you're not a designer, if you place an order on my Chalk website for $100, you will get this bundle for free. So that's my little pitch, so you know what we're dealing with, and you can create it any way that you want to either put on your front door, put somewhere in your home, wherever. I just loved all these bright colors, and that's just how I kind of work. So anyway, that's what I've got for you. So that's what we're going to work on today. Now, the projects we've done in the past with the Creative Kickstart, that was a Creative Kickstart project I just showed you. What we've done with the January Club so far was this. This was my first one. This is one of our door tags. It's available on my shop. You also get free shipping on your transfer, on your actually monthly order. But as a club member, you also get the lowest rate flat shipping available, which is $5.99, I think. It's either $95 or $99. I think it's $5.99 on anything you order from my website, your first order every month. Most people don't order more than once a month. So if you're ordering anytime during that month, you get that flat rate shipping, which is a deal I can't even get, you guys. So this is a door tag that's available on my site, and this is an example of what your project would look like using the 3 paste packets that they sent with it. So this is the Ocean Mist. It's a very grayish color, light blue. That's your shimmer copper, and then that's your black velvet. And I just did it very simply on this door tag on the back side, because these are double-sided, so you can do 2. So I have a nice little like fallish one, maybe Thanksgiving, and then you have this that you can flip around. That was our first week's project. Last week I showed you our house cutout, and if you remember, I did this project back in December on the back side of one of our house, I said cutouts, it's not a house cutout, our house box frames. I love this. So I did this project in December with a couple transfers I had. And the cool idea behind Chalk Couture is that you can reuse decor pieces so that you don't take up as much room in your house. So this is what we did on the other side. This is actually considered the front side. And I did this in colors that would go with my home. So this is Shimmer Eucalyptus, and this is Tide, which is like a dark teal. So that is another example of how it can look. If you're in my VIP group, I shared this morning many other examples with different color schemes so you can see how it would look. You pick what color works for your home decor. That's the cool thing about this, why I love it the most. You can use the colors that come in the kit and put it anywhere in your home, or you can purchase other chalk pastes. We have a lot of other singles available, and you can pick out whatever works for your home. So today, like I said, we are going to mix and match. We're going to use our club transfer, and we're going to use one of our Creative Kickstart transfers. So I'm sure you've already figured this out by now. Let me take it out of here so you can see it. Always hate that we have the glare. And guys, don't forget when you come on, make sure you hit that heart button, and if you would sprinkle my video, I just so appreciate it. It helps me get out in the world. Hey, Miss April. So happy to see you here today. I hope your creating this morning was productive. Okay, so I'm sure you've probably already figured this out. Let me get my screen up, guys. That I am going to use only the words part from this transfer, and I'm going to use the houses part from the club transfer this month. So we're going to get more bang for our buck right here, right? Hey, Suzanne, thanks for joining me. So I had mentioned last week that I had seen the project done on a black background, and it looked really fabulous. And so I wanted to try it. So I grabbed one of I have a stash that I got several years ago. Actually, guys, truth be told, so if you were on my page, you saw a post this morning about buying craft supplies, being all excited about a project, going and buying craft supplies, maybe even ordering something on Etsy or one of the other stores to do a project with, and getting everything you need and being so excited about it. And then 3 years later, it still sits. 3 months later, 3 years later. In this case, honestly, I'm just being truthful with you guys here. This canvas is from a project that I bought for this and the other ones that are in there that are its partners, plural, is a project that I bought prints off of Etsy, got all the supplies I needed to create it, and I'm going to say it was probably 5 years ago. And yet, here they sit, still not done. So guess what? Now I have some black canvases that I can use for projects. So anyway, I wanted a black background. All that to say, I wanted a black background for my project today, you guys. So you're not alone. We all do it. We all do it. I'm just thankful that with CLUB COUTURE, I can get projects done so much faster because I've struggled for time for most of my adult life since I've had kids in my family. My own kids and grandson, and then my in-laws who live with us. So yeah, it's just been time. Anyway, we are going to use this as our background. And then I also wanted to play around with a cutout. So I actually purchased a cutout from a friend of mine. So this is actually made to go with our transfer. And I have several resources for that. If you're interested, I do too, April, I do too. If you're interested, please send me a message. I'll be glad to share with you because I have several different resources for getting cutouts. But you see how that is, let's see, do I have it lined up right? No. You see how that's made to fit with that? So we're gonna actually paint this, put our design on top of it, and then attach it to this with our words, welcome to our home. Or it could be my home. If it's, you get to change that out. That's the cool thing too. You get to customize stuff. Okay, so that's the plan for today. I don't have any other plans. I don't know if there's going to be any other embellishments on here. I haven't thought that much through because, of course, as usual, I am running by the seat of my pants all day. Since the minute I got up, I've been taking care of a 5-year-old and barely had time to get ready, just like many of you. And then I come up here and I'm like, okay, I kind of know what I want to do for my project, so let's go ahead and get started. And if inspiration comes to me while I'm in the middle of it, wonderful, because you never know. A lot of times with me, it's crafted on the fly. We get started and then I get inspired for something else. So here's my question. I have this. We have our black background. I have not decided on paint or paste colors yet. So you guys, this is where you come in. This is where crafting with friends is important. I have 3 different colors here picked that I could paint my little house cutouts with. Okay, so I have moss, which is a very pretty green. I have elephant, which is a dark gray. So this is going to be my background to my houses. Okay, the houses are just going to be outlined. So really it's going to be the majority of the color for the house. And then I also have this color mineral. So it's kind of like a neutral tannish color, grayish tan if you ask me. So what color do you think I should I should paint the cutouts? Let me know in comments. I need your help today because honestly, you guys, I'm just kind of in a funk today. It's dreary. It's trying not to be dreary, and we're supposed to get rain all day again tomorrow. Cold rain, not snow yet again. And I'm just kind of bummed because we got sickness in the house again, and it's just, ugh. I think I'm hitting the January blues as well. So let me know in comments what color you think I should paint this, green, gray, or tan. I would love to know. Come on, guys, help me out. I really need your help today, guys. I'm not kidding. I'm struggling. Anybody else struggling? What do you think? If not, what I might do is just eeny, meeny, miny, moe. For real. I don't even care. You think the green or tan? Okay, let's do it. I think the gray might be a little too much. Okay, so green or tan. All right, so then let's do this. What color do we want to do our words and our houses? Should we do them in the same color? That's a good question. See, Suzanne, that's exactly what I was thinking. So what color do we want to do our houses in? Because that would affect, what color do you guys think? I've done teal, which is my favorite in my home. I have a blue house, but I don't want to do that because this one isn't necessarily for me. So what other color could we do our houses in? And should we do the words and the houses in the same color? So what, we have our choices. We could do blue houses. We could do brown. We could do green, dark green. That's a pretty, our forest green. We could do a black house. We could keep it very basic. We could do black and white. I could paint this white and do black outline and keep it all neutral. That's not usually me, but I'll do it. I don't care today. I will do whatever y'all want me to do. We have green, like a darker, we have that green, and then we have meadow green. What else color? What a house be? What other color? Of course, I have purples and pinks, but I don't know that, y'all. You tell me. What other color? I mean, I have a gray. No to the black. Okay, no to the black. I could paint it white and just do black chalk paste on it, but then I'd have to do the words. I could do the words in white and just have it be neutral. Should we try that? House, different color from the words. I like that. Thank you, Suzanne. You're helping me. All right, so house, definitely different colors than the words. So we're saying definitely no to black. Okay, thank you, because I'm not a big fan. So let's see, the tan with the black paste. How do you feel about that one, Suzanne? We could do the tan with black chalk paste, because it's not going to be a lot. Remember, it's only the outline of our houses. We could do the tan with black on just the house outlines, and then pick a fun color for the words. What does that sound like to y'all? What does that sound like to y'all? And then the color for the words, I could do... Ooh, you know what? I wanted to do shimmer. Should I do shimmer? I'm wanting to do shimmer, and I'm thinking of like this color. Ooh, that's too orange. Or we could, I don't have a really, let's see what color would look nicely with, I do have this soft yellow. I don't think that would be either. I don't like that either. I really don't. I'm not liking much of it. Or I could do tan. How about this, guys? Tell me what you think of this. I could paint the cutouts in the mineral color. Use our forest for the outlines of the houses instead of black. And then for the words, since I'm kind of keeping it like that, I could do one of our greens, one of our other greens. Let's see if I have another green. I have 3 different color greens that might work for the welcome to our home. I have one of those greens that could work. So what do you think, guys? We could keep it in the green family. I could do the outline of this and then the words in one of these greens, because it's going to show up really well on the black. It doesn't matter. So let me know what you think of that, guys. What do you think of that idea? What is that? I have Peachy Keen, but I don't know if I want to use that one. What do you think? You like the green idea? Okay. So which color green do you think, Suzanne, for the words? The eucalyptus on the bottom. This is called sage. So it's a very, to me, sage is like a sage green. It's the color's been around a while. This one is pistachio, so it's a little bit brighter. So maybe one of these might be better. What do you think? What do you think, Suzanne? I'll let you choose one of those. I think pistachio might be too much. I don't want to use my meadow green because that's too much. I don't know how well that will show up on there. I just don't feel like that's the right color. Eucalyptus. All right, sold. Sold. Okay, we're doing greens today. That sounds good, you all. Thank you so much. Honestly, I am just struggling today. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. This is the fun part. Oh, I love it, y'all. Wouldn't it be fun if we were all in a room together? Just crafting. No other cares or worries. What a way to spend a January Saturday. Wouldn't that be great? That would be so awesome. Okay. I am just being lazy. You know, I'm using the makeup sponges for painting, and I'm just being lazy and I'm pulling it right off the lid. And it's just because I don't want to keep it this natural color. I could. I mean, I haven't done it before, but I'm sure you could. I'm sure you could do it in that, just keep it in that color. especially if you had a certain look you were going for. A boho look maybe. Keep it that natural. I haven't done a project like that yet. I think this is going to look great, you guys. You just don't even know how much I appreciate you helping me. Because when I get in a mood like this, I'm telling you, ooh, it has been a day. More. We're going to dry it and then add maybe one more layer. Oh, Lord, y'all, that was like not just a little more. That was way too much. I'll be here forever. I'm going to dry it and then we'll add a second coat. But it won't take long because it's chalk paint. And this is the Waverly chalk paint. You know, you can use our chalk paste as paint, but I don't like wasting mine, so if I really wanted to, I could have painted this background in like one of my lighter greens as well, but chalk paste, but I didn't want to. And the only green that I have acrylic green. I have a lot of acrylic paint, but I didn't feel like digging through there. I need desperately, can y'all pray for me to have some time to get things organized? Because I think that's also what's depressing me and overwhelming me, is the fact that I have got so many areas in disarray and I'm only one person and I only have so much time. I can barely keep the house clean and up, let alone, and I like organizing. I love things organized. I like organizing, but I get very upset when things are like, it just messes with my, I don't know, what's that word? Chi? It messes with my peace when when things are not organized and things are so chaotic right now and so everywhere I look and I just can't get the time to do it. It drives me crazy. And in here, the same thing. I could get to my stuff and organize it so much better if I just had the time to sit down and do it, you know. Because you know you got to make a big old mess just to make it organized. You have to make a mess. Okay, we're going to dry this real quick with my little baby dryer. I love my little baby dryer. Little baby dryer. And what I want to do is just escape and go like thrifting or something, but the last thing I need to do is bring something else in this house. But sometimes that's the only escape. It's just to get away from it, then I don't feel the pressure of needing to do it. When I'm here, there's always something demanding my time. I'm sure y'all can relate. And it doesn't mean I don't love my crew, who y'all know I do. But boy, yeah. By my age, I really thought I would have a little more flexibility. If you'd have told me at 20-some years old that I would be a stay-at-home mom that would homeschool her kids and run businesses while she was homeschooling, and then help raise her grandchild, I'd have punched you in the face. Because that was before Jesus. No, I've always believed in him, but I was not saved. But I might have. Then have been fighting words right there. Okay, that's dry enough for that first coat. I'm telling y'all, I never dreamed. I always thought I was going to be a career woman. And then I had kids. And then I had situations that happened that I felt like I was supposed to homeschool. Don't ever tell God what you're not going to do, because he laughs in your face and says, oh yeah, watch. Oh yeah, watch. Can any of you guys relate? Can you relate? And I love them all. They were all exactly what he knew I needed, but I would have not believed it at 20 some years old. And yet here I am. And I wouldn't have it any other way, but that doesn't mean there aren't hard days. Being real here with y'all today. I probably shouldn't come on here when I'm feeling like this. I'm going to tell y'all all my business. Okay. That's probably enough, because this is just my background anyway. We're going to dry this. We're going to lightly sand it, and then we're going to wax it. So I'll go ahead and get out my little sanding box while I'm drying. And my wax. I think I find it. Yeah, no motivation days, right. And really all I want to do is either escape, or I want to just ignore it all and say, that's it, I'm not doing anything, but I can't. That's never been my personality. I cannot do it. I absolutely cannot put it out of my mind. I just see it all the time. And so then it just gets me more frustrated when I can't get to it. But I know, that's why I even have trouble on Sundays resting. I'll give myself a pep talk every week saying, okay, on Sunday, at least one day of rest. That's what the Lord asks. One day of rest. And that doesn't mean not doing anything. It just means not doing everything, right? I just had a hard time, y'all. Okay. I think that should be dry. Now we're just gonna lightly sand this. And that is just because I have like little pieces of things that are on here. I can see little from painting it. And my objective is to have as flat of a surface as possible. Okay. I think that's it. Just do that, and actually let's go ahead and clear this out of the way. And now we're going to add a layer of very light of surface wax. And all that does is it protects my transfer from picking up any paint or try to pick up any wood slivers. And it just makes sure that my surface is nice and even, because that's where I'm going to get my best image, if I have it like that. All right, I am also going to lightly, very lightly, you can even, by the way, you can even like sand your canvases. I don't do it on the black ones because it shows up too much, but I am going to, let me think how I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to do it like this way. I think that's going to look better. I think there's room for that. Yeah, I think it is, because I think that might look better than doing it this direction. Because then I have, if I do it this direction, I'm going to drop it down, and then I'm going to need something like to wrap around the top. Right? Welcome to our home that way or that way. I don't know, you guys, let me know. But I need to wax my canvas a little bit. And I need to also make sure I get my glue gun over here, because I'll need to let me know what you guys think. Horizontal or vertical placement? But I am going to wax my canvas where I think I'm going to put my transfer. You can wax it. But if you had a white one, you can also sand it down because, you know, canvases are woven. So it's not going to be, it might bleed just a little bit if you don't. So I like to try to do something to it. But on the black ones, the, what do you call it, shows up too much. Like all the lint shows up. So let me know if you think it should be horizontal or vertical. I'm just warming up my wax to kind of get it to go into the surface. And then I'm going to buff it. And after we get done chalking this, I'm going to get my glue gun. I'll bring it over here so that we can get that turned on. Actually, I'll probably do it before I chalk it. That way I can go ahead and paste it. Oh, I need to get that off my transfer. Don't use a blow dryer on anywhere near your transfers because it can melt them. So, and that's actually one of our new transfers. They're much thinner. You can actually see through them. It's a new company that we're working with. I'm just warming up my wax, you guys, so that I can buff it in nicely. If I was doing this normally, I would just do it like ahead of time. You do about 20 minutes before you're going to use it. Just set that aside. Horizontal or vertical, you guys. Let me know what you think for placement. All right, we're set. Let me grab my glue gun. I did charge my battery the other day because I noticed it kept going off when I was trying to finish a project. So I'm going to get that going. All right, let's see. Got that on. Okay, so now I want to make sure this is clear, you guys, because I don't want to pick up a bunch of stuff on me. So now we're going to take my transfer. I have used it twice, so it's sticky. As you can see, it's still sticky. It's just maybe not as sticky as it was the very first time I used it. But I am going to just fuzz it one time. I'm just going to kind of cut down on the adhesive. Just a little bit. Now since I've already waxed this, I'm not worried about doing it a bunch of times. But actually, you know what I'm going to do? I should have turned on my light box. I am going to do this, and then if we need to reposition it, we will, because I think this is going to be easier. Yeah, that's always easier. And then I'm just using my light that I have here to help me line it up. If you have a light box, use it. I do have one. I just never have it plugged in. I may be able to now because one of my old ring lights is dead. It's kaput. So I think I can use that USB cord that I have for that for it. So I can be able to use it in a reach. Because all this stuff comes like with USB cords now. Do you notice that? A lot of the things you buy now, it doesn't come with a regular plug. It comes with a USB cord. So you have to deal with it. All right, guys, this is the longest part of the process. If you've ever watched me do one, this is the part that takes me the longest. And if it's not perfect, it's going to be okay. I don't think anybody's going to bring a ruler over and check it out. And it's supposed to be handmade, so it's not supposed to be exactly perfect, right? That's what I keep telling myself. Which is hard if you're a perfectionist, like me. All right, I think I have it lined up like I need to. You see it through there? All right, once I have it lined up the way I want to, actually, what do I do with that? Let me put this under here so it's not grabbing on my table like crazy. Like it's trying to do right now. so that I can move it if I need to. Oh, it's already doing it. Okay, there we go. I should do that. There we go. Look, hey, how about that? That's so much smarter. That is much smarter. Now I think I moved it again. I'm going to have to check and see if I have it lined up. That would be much smarter, wouldn't it? Learn from me, you guys. Hello, MD. I don't know what that name is. Nice to have you joining me. I apologize. I don't know what your name is. Don't know how to say that. Okay. I'll get this pressed really well right on my surface. And then we're going to kind of put it back on the backer sheet to make it kind of keep still while we're doing it. There we go. Now we're ready. All right, guys. So on this, we're not going to use these. We're just using the middle section, the house. And this is the monthly club transfer, remember, for January of 2023 only. And, oh, you guys, I didn't realize I forgot I had not even opened this yet. This is Forest. This is the color we came out with this last year. And I believe it's in the last chance section, if I'm not mistaken, of my website. Now, with your club membership, not only do you get the transfer of the 3 coordinating paste packets, free shipping on your transfer and paste packets, $5.99 flat rate shipping on your first order any month on my website. You also get a squeegee, which is what I'm getting ready to use. You get a squeegee for your first time using or starting up with the program. You'll get a squeegee, a mini squeegee, which is the tool we use. There we go, got it. And look how gorgeous that is, y'all. It's like an emerald. Isn't that beautiful? I need to stir it because it's brand new. I just opened it. I'm gonna stir it up and get all my colors mixed. And our chalk paste is just wet chalk, but it's our creamy, dreamy formula. So when you stir it, once you stir it, it was a little tough when I first started, you know, thicker, you could feel it. But once I stir everything together, it should be creamy and dreamy, which I like to say it kind of feels like frosting when you stir it. There we go. And you don't have to stir it every time. I just stir it when I haven't used it in a while, or if it's brand new like that, where I'm just opening it. And I even use my squeegee to take this off. But now you get all of those for the $21.99, but then you also get, so then I take my squeegee right in my jar. You guys would have a paste packet that you would squirt just a little bit out. I usually say, like, start with the size of a nickel. You can't put it back in the packet, so don't waste it. And then we're going to go ahead and chalk right on our silkscreen area. A little goes a long way. And you can't put it back in, but you can always squirt more out if you need it. But you get all of that for $21.99. And then also, you remember those commercials? But wait. But wait. You also get email with written and a video instructions. Of course, you have my project ideas once a week that are on my page that I keep up. They're always there. So even if you don't get around to it this month, when you decide to do it, I don't know why I'm being so particular, because I'm doing all 3 houses in the same color. I was acting like I was afraid to get that color on that other house. I forgot. You get my project ideas every week. You get the email with the written and video instructions. We also have once a month on our main Chalk Couture page, we have a share of a video with project ideas. And if you're in my VIP group, if you're one of my VIPs, I also put other ideas in there as well. So It's never going to be a lack of ideas. You don't get a surface with your transfer because you get to choose what kind of surface you want, whether you order it from me or whether you upcycle something. You guys know I upcycle all the time. Or if you buy one surface like our Aiden board, which is a chalkboard, and you change it out every month, whatever it is that you want to put it on, you can do. And in addition, we always offer once a month, we offer a sale or special for our club members only. So like this month, if you get the Creative Kickstart, if you buy enough to get a Creative Kickstart, you also as a club member get 3 paste packets. You don't get that in the normal bundle, but you will get that as a club member. We try to give you guys a little extra. So here we go. Everything's covered, right? If you can butter bread or smear a bagel, you guys, you can do this. Now I'm just going to set this aside for a second in case I've missed any areas. I'll wipe my fingers. And remember, if you have any questions, feel free to ask on here or send me a message if you're not sure. You want to do it on here, that's what I'm here for. Now, I missed an entire section. You guys didn't tell me. So busy talking that I got off track. Our paste dries in about 5 minutes or less, so you don't want to let it sit for too long. You want to go ahead and pull your surface away from where you've chalked so that it will release the paste, which is not even down there. See what I did? I just laid it back down and added more. So it will release the paste to our surface. And you guys, if you wax too much, now our transfers have distressing in them. If you can notice on this one, it does. I'm gonna lay that right back down and I'll wash that in my sink later. It does already have distressing built in it. And if you wax too much, just be careful, don't wax too much because then your chalk paste doesn't want to adhere. So that's why I usually say do it ahead of time. But look how cool that is. Just so simple and so cool. So now we've used our transfer that is our club transfer for the month. So I'm going to set this aside for a minute. We're going to close up my jar of chalk paste because I don't want the air to get to it any more than it needs to keep it moist and perfect. And now what we're going to do is just hit this with our air dryer. Mine keeps falling for some reason. Where is it? Oh no, here. No, that's not it. I put it in the wrong place. It didn't fall. I put it in the wrong place. I'm just going to hit it with my air dryer to speed up the drying process so that I don't accidentally smudge anything. And now we're going to pull our canvas. So I need to know, what do you guys think? Are we going to set it up this way with our words in our house? Or are we going to do it this way? Horizontal, this is vertical, this is horizontal. No, this is horizontal, this is vertical. I always have to think about that. Do you guys have to think about that? Always I'm like, on the horizon, okay. So we already have distressing built into our silk screen, which is cool because you can't get that with other stencils, and you can't get that with a Cricut. Makes it super easy and have lots of characters and unique designs. So, vertical or horizontal? What do you think, guys? I'm drying this so I can touch it and place it on here and show you all. Okay. Out of the way because I'm going to need my fuzzing cloth. So here it is, vertical. And I would probably put it about here. I'd put our words, welcome to here, and our home here, and then I'd probably wrap something around the top. So that's how it is vertical. If I do it horizontal, I'd find something coordinating to wrap around the top. Ooh, I just had an idea. See, I told you creating makes the ideas come sometimes. Or we could do it welcome to and our home here. And then I still could wrap something around the side if I wanted. Horizontal or vertical. Let me know in comments what you guys think. I'm gonna pull what I just had a thought of. I think I can get to it. I don't think I put it up. I have 2 options. that would be cool. Let's see if I have the other one close. Is it here? I'm hoping it's here still. It was here forever, and I didn't think I had it. Ooh, you hear my jingle bells? Those were projects. So I have this, okay, and I have this, so I could wrap it around. I don't know, it might be too, that might be too springy green. That might be too springy green with this. I also have, what else do I have? I may have to go looking in my stash of ribbon, but all right, guys, what do you think? Shall we do it this way? Let me look at it. If I do it horizontal, I don't think I have to throw any ribbon on here. I could, but I don't have to. I could even just put twine around the side. If I can grab it without everything falling. I could just do twine on it as well. And I could do that on the side or on the top. If I do it this way, I don't have to, but I can, right? And this doesn't come with it, but you could put sawtooth hangers, you could use command strips, or you can attach some ribbon or twine at the top to hang it with. So I could do it this way or this way. And I'm not going to use the numbers. I'm just going to have it say, welcome to our home. So this would be great in your foyer. You could even put it on an easel like I've shown in the past. So, all right. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, guys. Let me see. I think either way it'll look great. This obviously takes up more area and gives it more of a presence. Let me think. Maybe this way. And I'm trying to think, yeah, words probably fit vertically better. Thank you, Suzanne. I'm thinking that too. I'm thinking that might be better. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and fuzz this and put the words on while it's sitting here, and then I'll attach. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna attach it first. So this is what I was saying about the new ones are kind of see-through. Can you see? You can see through almost all of it, not just the silkscreen area. They use less chalk paste. They're thinner, so you can place them really well. They use less. Thank you so much, Suzanne. I really do appreciate it. I'm telling you, I'm struggling today. I need your help. They're thinner. They use less chalk paste, and they dry faster as well. I am just going to, I'm going to kind of cheat. I'm going to use my little guide. And remember how, I don't know if you guys were here and you saw me tell you about this, but so I'm going to use my little guide. This is one of those 11 by something, whatever frames. I'm going to use my guide. And what you can do is fold your, if you have words, you can fold them in half to find the center. And then I'm using my guide to help me figure out where the center is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the middle is right there, and that's going to help me with placing. And then I'm just going to come down a little bit from the top. Just eyeballing that part, y'all, like I like to do. And that way, whether the transfer has extra on this side or this side, doesn't matter. My word's still centered. Does that make sense? Move that out of the way for a second. I need to be just a tiny bit taller so I can peer up over. I'm trying to tell if it's straight. I think it needs to come down just a tiny bit. Okay, and then I'm going to press really firmly. Now, here's the other thing that's tricky with, let me grab a different one. Here's the other thing that's tricky with a canvas, what you need to do if you're using a canvas. Thank you. Since it's a canvas, obviously it's hollow in the middle, right? So there's no firm surface. So take something like a towel or something like that to put in that opening to give you more of a base so that when you go to push in, it doesn't go way in. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to kind of create a, like that. And then I'm going to place my little house so I can have an idea where that's going to be. Where it's going to be. And again, I'm going to try to see if I can find the middle. And then kind of place it here so that I can place my other words. And then we'll take the house off, chalk it, and then we'll glue it back on in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to use Our Home. Now I could still, if I wanted, use the flowers along the side like I did with my Creative Kickstart, but I don't know if I'm going to. If I say flowers, it is flowers. It's like a vine with flowers. Again, I'm just going to chalk it a little bit. I'm going to fuzz it just a little bit. Not a lot. And then I'm going to fold it in half. Find the center. And it won't hurt that transfer either, you guys. And again, I'm going to try to come up just a little bit from the bottom. Just a little bit from the bottom. In the center. Once I have this centered, it's going to make the house much easier to figure out where to place. So, see? I think that's about where it's going to need to be. So we'll do that next. We'll do that next. Okay, so press that down too, but I'm going to do this section and then I'm going to scoop my little cloth that I have underneath it down. All right, so let's go with the eucalyptus. If I can get it on there. I love this color, y'all. Now, this is one of my favorites. It's like a very blue undertone green. And this is the easy part. Oh, I used the wrong side. Make sure I've got this pushed. Feel some give on my canvas. I feel like this is a little thick. I'm going to pull this up and just check it. I feel like it's a little thick. So I'm going to drop that back down, press this back. I'm going to stir this because I do feel like it should be gliding a little bit better. And that happens if air gets to it or you haven't used it lately. I thought I had, but maybe you have not. And I'm just adding a little distilled water to it when it's in a jar because that's how you reconstitute it and make it so that it's the consistency you want. And you don't want it too thick. It will have a hard time going through the transfer, or I mean through the silk screen. That's why I was like, and I don't want it to mess up my words. So if it's too thick, it won't go through. If it's too thin, it would bleed. So I want it just the right consistency, but I just felt like that was not flowing across there as easy as it should be. That's much better, I can tell. And and then it dries quicker, and you feel like it, when you go to pull it up, it's staying in your transfer in the silk screen, and you don't want that. I'm just pulling off any extra, making sure I have everything covered. Now my peel and reveal. How pretty is that, you guys? Doesn't that just pop right out? I'll wash that in my sink later. Doesn't that just pop right off of there? Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I don't even know if you can tell. See the greenish. Can you see the green? I hope so. All right, now I'm going to slide my cloth down to give this bottom part more of a solid feel behind it, below it. And we're going to do this one. So remember, this portion of the project that we're using, this transfer right here, is part of our Creative Kickstart. And if you need more information on that, please ask. I'll be glad to send it to you and let you know what you have to do to get your hands on it. Okay. Are we ready? Oh, if I can get a hold of it. There we go. Ta-da! Isn't that cool? Now I got a little bit here, but it's chalk paste, and if I get it before it dries, it's no problem. If I wait until after it dried, then I could probably scrape it off, but if I catch it before it dries, I should be able to just wipe it off. Okay, so that part's done. I can move that now. Let's get our dryer again. Actually, you know what? I'm going to close up my chalk paste real quick. I'm going to get my dryer again. Meanwhile, my glue is sitting over here dripping because I was thinking I was going to put the glue on before, I was going to glue it on before I chalked, but I decided not. What do you think so far? I love it. It almost matches my, even though this is considered teal, it's a light teal. This eucalyptus matches that almost perfect. So this would dry on its own. The chalk paste would dry on its own in about 5 minutes or less. But I'm just speeding it up a little bit since I'm going to be messing with it. I don't want to accidentally smear anything. And I think it did pretty good. Sometimes on canvas it'll bleed a little. You can always go back and clean that up. Any little bleeds that you don't like, you can just kind of scrape it off after the chalk is dried. That should be good. Okay, so now, line this up again. Now we're going to add some glue on the back of here, and we're going to just glue this bad boy right on it. And I'm just trying to get an idea of where things are going to sit. I think it's going to be about there. So I'm just going to add some glue, and I can move it around a little bit. Just a generous amount of glue. But this isn't real heavy, so I don't need to do too much. I'm going to try to get it hopefully placed fairly accurately, and then I'll move it around a little bit if I need to. because it's going to take it a minute or so to dry. Does that look straight, y'all? Does that look straight from your angle? Let me turn it around and look at it because I'm afraid it might not be. And you can embellish any that you wanted. Let's see. Feel that heat through the back. So here we go. Isn't that cute? What do you think, guys? Hit that heart button if you like it. Hit that heart button if you like it. Let me know what you think so far. I think it's adorable. It's perfect just the way it is. You could leave it like this. You could take some twine or ribbon and add to it to hang it, or put a sawtooth hanger on the back or command strip on the back. They have the Velcro and the regular kind of command strip, however you want to hang it. You could take some, I really don't think, I like these greens. These are way too like springy color, so I'm not going to use those. I could go look in my green ribbon stash. I'm trying to think what I have that might work. Or I could even just take some twine like this. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I just thought I'd show you what I'm going to think through. Like just taking some twine like this, just to add another little fun element. If I had any that was about the color of that painted of the houses, that would even be cooler. I know I have green, but I don't know if I have that color green, like twine. But you could do something like that, just to add another little element of interest. You could even do it on both sides if you wanted, guys. You don't have to, but you could. You could even, like I said, I could use these little transfers on the side to add to it. It depends on what you like, guys. I have a hard time with like blank space. So a lot of times I'll add other things to my projects. Like that would probably be not enough on there for me. But let me know what you think. Does it need anything else? Does it need some ribbon or any other type of embellishment? I could even just do some greenery. Like I could do some greenery on here. Just find something and hot glue it to it. Maybe like a stem or something. I don't know, guys. Let me know if you think it needs embellishing. Tell me in comments. Or whether you would leave it like it is. And how do you feel about it? Do you like it? I hope you guys like it. I love coming on here and sharing these ideas with you guys. I so appreciate you coming into the craft room with me and letting me come into your world for just a little while. And I certainly appreciate all the help I got from my friends today. It's so much more fun to craft with friends, you guys. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in comments or send me a message. This is the January club. This is a Creative Kickstart transfer. So both of them are still available through the end of the month. If I can help you with anything, that's what I'm here for. But I hope you like this project and you'll come back and join me again next week. We've got some fun Valentine projects. But until I see you guys next time, I hope you'll be safe, you'll be healthy, and you'll be blessed. And try to get some rest tomorrow and rejuvenate for the week ahead. I'm going to really hardly, very, very purposely try. Anyway, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. As always, I enjoyed creating with you. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye, Suzanne.